Good afternoon. So today we'll be interviewing you for the Intergenerational Town Hall, and we're gonna ask you some questions. So the very first question is,
hmm
how did you discover your art form and how did it change your life?
Ooh, let me think about this. I first discovered photography back in middle school because we had a little after school class for it. But we really didn't get too deep into it. Just we're walking around taking photos of like flowers and stuff, really. But I would always notice that I just had like kind of an eye for it. And I really fell in love with it back then and always like kind of looked up to photographers, always wanted to do it, but I just never necessarily got into it. Then fast forward to my senior year of high school, I participated in Getty Unshuttered, and that just like renewed my interest in photography really, because it helped teach me like the basics of photography and get me started on my own camera. So it really just gave me the ability to actually go out and shoot things, and is through shooting I just fell more and more in love with photography.
Okay, that sounds very nice. And the second question is, how do you use your art form?
Ooh. Right now I'm honestly not using it too much because we're on quarantine, so I had to slow down how many photos I was taking since I didn't have too many people to shoot. But normally I would be using it just to show black people in a different light, because media is always like us fighting, stealing things, us looking like criminals and everything for no reason, even if that's not the case. So I decided, since I have my own camera, I could just go out there, take photos of people, black people doing ordinary everyday things, hanging out with their friends, going out, just enjoying ourselves, being like normal people, even though society somehow doesn't see us like that. So I just, yeah, like I was saying, I just decided to use my art form just to show black people in a different light, in a more positive light.
Yeah, I like that. That's very creative.
Mm.
And the very last question will be, do you use your art form to solve issues in your life or in society?
I say I use it to solve issues in my life because it's kind of like a form of therapy for me. Since right now I'm still in college and that's very stressful, especially with everything going on right now. So I would always have photography to lean back on if I ever get too stressed or anything. So I could always just walk away from what I'm doing and start taking photos of things, and it just calms me down instantly.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. It was nice
hmm
having you and hearing your story of how you use art to impact the world.
hmm All right.